Hello, you guys. It's Lauren. Welcome back to my channel for the love of. If you are joining me for the first time, I want to say welcome and thank you for taking the time to click on this White Barn Candle Day 2019 review. If you're a returning viewer or subscriber, I know you've been waiting for this. I know, better late than never, but welcome on back. You guys, today I will be talking about White Barn / Bath & Body Works candle Ballerina Rose. This fragrance was released and probably undoubtedly one of the most talked about candles, or one of the most talked about candles that was released during Candle Day. This candle was available online and in stores Candle Day 2019. To my knowledge, I don't know if this one sold out during Candle Day. I'm pretty sure it did, at least online. This one was very much so talked about. Everybody loves a good rose scent. I feel like rose is becoming more and more popular these past few years. I've always loved a beautiful rose scent, but for a long time, rose was very hard to come by. It was kind of seen as like old-fashioned, old ladyish. I've always thought it's a beautiful fragrance, so I'm really happy to see that Bath & Body Works is finally releasing some of those fragrances, because I think this fragrance was part of that rose collection. It was like, it was last spring, it was a collection, and then it wasn't. It tested in some stores and it didn't. The rose collection from Bath & Body Works. And Ballerina Rose, this particular fragrance, was one of those scents. So I was really happy to see that it was available. You guys know I snagged one of them. So before I dive into the review, you can obviously see I have two candles going here. So the one that's lit and burning, that one is actually the one I received on Candle Day, or that I ordered on Candle Day. And the one on the left is one that I got a couple days ago in store. I actually was doing an exchange and I did see that they had Ballerina Rose available. I picked it up, sniffed it. I almost didn't get it. Because on cold, it smelled different. I go, I liked this scent. I go, God, the one I have at home smells so good. I go, you know what? Let me grab it anyways. I'll burn it and we'll see how it goes. They are two different batches. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to do this review for you guys too, on top of course, talking about my thoughts on the candle. So let's jump into today's review. We're gonna start off with the scent notes. Let's dive into it, you guys. And as always, I'm gonna start off by reading the scent notes from Bath & Body Works website for Ballerina Rose. So the scent notes include rose petals, soft peony blossoms, summer greenery, and essential oils. So what do I get on cold? Both of them, you notice obviously a rose fragrance, a rose blend, so that rose and peony. On cold, the Candle Day one, the one that's burning, the first thing I noticed was just this beautiful rose scent with a touch of greenery, just like a little, like a rose stem or some leaves. Now the one on the left, the one that I got in store, the one that is a different batch, when I smelled it in store, the greenery note was really cranked up, quite a bit actually. The one on the left, the one that's not burning, Bath & Body Works had a candle, I think it was this past spring, and it may have been an online exclusive. It was like called Garden Greenery or something to that effect, and it was very much a greenery based scent. That's kind of what I imagined. I didn't smell it. I almost got it because I do like greenery scents. I didn't buy it because it was online only. That's what I imagined that Ballerina Rose, the secondary one, that's what I imagined that scent would have smelled like. They smelled very different. Like I said earlier, when I went to grab, I go, oh good, they have Ballerina Rose. The second one, when I picked it up and smelled it in store, I don't know, you guys, it didn't smell the same. When I got home, I compared the batches and I go, oh my gosh, they're different. This is definitely a batch variance. To me, it's very noticeable. Maybe it's because I'm a fan of rose fragrances, so I could really tell there was a difference. In my opinion, the Candle Day version, it just smells prettier. It's more balanced, I guess. Whereas the one that they're kind of pushing out to stores, or the ones that came after, they just kind of essentially added a little more greenery. The oils of the greenery notes or whatever it is that they're using to fragrance the candle They kind of cranked up the greenery and toned down the rose a little bit. You know, maybe if you don't burn rose fragrances too often, it may not be detectable, but to me, that summer greenery note is amped up quite a bit in the secondary batch. So let me read you, I'm gonna read off the batch code and I'll throw a picture up on the screen here too. So the batch that I have, the Candle Day one, is 9322M8D11. That was the Candle Day batch. And then the one I got most recently, the one that I believe has a little bit more of a greenery note, is 9303M8A1L. I hope I'm reading those correctly. They were a little bit rubbed off on the bottom of the candles. I'll throw a picture up on the screen, but I think those are the correct batches. So anyhow, just a little disclaimer on that. I'm gonna go over my thoughts on the fragrance itself and how it throws. We have two different candles here, two different batches rather. For the most part, the throw seems to be consistent on both of them. The one thing, and I'll pick this up and show you guys, this one is the Candle Day one. It did have some kind of odd wick placement. This candle's been burning for well over an hour now. I wanted to have it start burning for the video, and I wanted to show you guys. So we have some burning issues on this side. There are just some issues pulling out, and I believe it's because you can see how uneven the wicks are. Now the secondary one, when I burned this one, let me show you. And sorry, I'm doing another out of frame video again, but you know, what can you do? Even wick placement on this one, so no issues with the burn on the one that I just recently got. No issues with the burn on that. So as I said, no issues on the pooling out on the secondary one. So you guys probably want to know, how was the throw? How was the performance on each of them? So as I said, the throw, very similar, if not the same. Rose scents, as most of you guys know, it's hard to kind of mess up the throw on a rose scented candle. Rose is a super strong fragrance. You know, when you get into those heavier florals, rose, lilac, honeysuckle, those typically throw. So these ones were throwing, both versions, almost identical, very strong, 1 to 10, 10 of course being, you know, the strongest. I'd say they're both like at a solid 8.5. I mean, they're noticeable. I did have both of them in a smaller room, individually, of course, just to kind of test them out. They were both throwing in a smaller room. I mean, it filled up the whole room. Now that I have them, and I have burned both of them in the larger open concept room, it's not as intense. You're getting just these really beautiful, steady, consistent rose fragrance. Not even just wafts, but it's noticeable. You most certainly are burning a rose scented candle. Really pretty. I do wish that the newer version was as balanced, I guess, as the Candle Day version. I feel like that's happened in the past. That happens quite a bit. I always talk about the banana milkshake when that came out a couple summers ago. The first version I got was awesome. The second batch that I got of it was just not that good. It was light, it was weak. It's kind of smelt a little watered down. So I think that's may have been what happened here. Both of them are pretty, but I really like the first version better. There's just that little nuance of where it's a little bit different. Now, am I going to keep both of these? Yes, absolutely, because I love the packaging. I'm so happy that they brought this back, or that they launched it rather, and I hope that they bring out more rose fragrances. I know Lavender Rose is coming out, and I can't wait to see what Bath & Body Works is going to do for their spring launch. Tina Divalicious did a kind of test candle video where he talks about some of the upcoming spring fragrances, and it was super exciting to watch and hear what scents they have coming. I know a lot of them are repackages, but it does sound like they're going to be coming out with some more scents. And hopefully they'll have some other tricks up their sleeve and release a few other types of rose scents down the road. That would be really cool. Maybe they'll come out for semi-annual sale. Who knows? The one thing I want to mention before I sign off, I know this isn't fully pulled out, but I love what Bath & Body Works has been doing with their candles lately with these wraparounds. It kind of took off on that blueberry candle they did this summer, that really pretty one that came out, I think it was around 4th of July. It essentially was stamped so you could kind of see through it. And you can see with this one, once it finally pulls out, you're gonna see the wax through that really beautiful kind of cutout, and it's just gonna glow and illuminate and look very beautiful. I love the packaging on this candle. You can kind of see that there's some texture right here, raised up embossed texture on the labeling. Very pretty. Details matter, especially when it comes to packaging, and I feel like Bath & Body Works nails it more times than not with packaging. Even if it's packaging that maybe we don't particularly care for, I appreciate the details. And this collection was no exception. So anyhow, you guys, I just wanted to share this with you. I know this is a little bit longer review, but I did want to compare and contrast both versions of Ballerina Rose. If you guys have burned, for example, if you got one on Candle Day and you wound up purchasing one later on down the road, comment down below and let me know if you guys noticed the difference between the two candles. Because what I fear is a lot of people are buying the version in store and they're smelling it and they're like, oh, this is gross. Why are people, how can you like this scent? And that's just because that greenery note, at least to me, is cranked up a notch. So anyhow, those of you who have burned both, I would really like to hear from you guys who have burned both. Let me know what your thoughts are. Before I sign off, I do want to let you guys know I'm on Instagram, so come find me at life, L-I-F-E _with W-I-T-H _letter L. I use my Instagram to post a lot of upcoming videos, purchases, hauls, candles, things like that. So if you're on there, come find me. And before I sign off, you guys, I hope you are having an awesome holiday season. I can't believe Christmas is like a week away. I don't know where the year went. I don't know. Time goes by so quick. I can't believe I'm already reviewing Candle Day candles. I feel like I just reviewed Candle Day candles. So anyhow, I can't believe the new year is upon us. So I hope you guys are all enjoying time with your family. I hope you guys find some time to relax, unwind, and enjoy all of the wonderful candles that are coming out this season, and I cannot wait to see what candles Bath & Body Works is going to release and unveil. Hopefully some really cool collections for semi-annual sale and beyond. You guys, that's it for me today. As always, I hope you are having an awesome day, an awesome evening, an awesome weekend, whatever time it is you're watching this video. And until next time, we'll see you later. Bye, guys.